Hello. Thomas invited me down to their video studios to film a PA. I know you're not massively interested in that stuff, but I have filmed mobile PAs and column PAs before, and I've got some stuff to say on that, so why not? Especially interesting for us as guitar players is how do they work with modelers and with acoustic guitars, and that's what I was there to test. Because some of them are too muddy in the low end, some of them are too disconnected between the top of the column and the subwoofer. So I was interested in what Electro Voice has to offer. Now, they have the Evolve 30M and the Evolve 50. The 50 is bigger. But I looked at the 30. So if you need more, just more, bigger, more sub, because you also want to do, you know, uns DJ stuff, then maybe you want to look at the 50, which clocks in over $2,000, but the 30M at $1,398, it's a pretty fair offering based on my findings. So it's equipped with a 10-inch driver in the bottom and a 6 2.8-inch high-frequency drivers. What do you care about that? It's easy to set up. There is an interface on it, very simple with one knob. We're going to go into that, what you can and cannot do with it. You can connect an app to it. You can also, of course, connect Bluetooth audio to it. There are different presets, and it actually also has a mix out so that you could go to a second one, for example, or there's an aux out. So you can do a separate aux mix and go to another system, maybe in-ear, whatever, which is kind of neat. Most of these don't have fully featured mixers. This has a 6-input mixer and then the Bluetooth on top of that, which means you can actually do a small band, you know, bass, guitar, keys, number 5 and 6, stereo, there's RCA, there's a high Z input for guitar directly. There's also foot switch input, and I don't quite know what that's for. The crossover frequency is 200 hertz. The cabinet's made out of plywood, composite column, peak power is 1,000 watt. Go to the website and look that up. Why am I reading this to you? Okay, let's go into it and check out what this thing can do in different situations, and then see what I liked and what I didn't like. Because even though I'm at Thomann, and even though they paid me for the video, if I find something I don't like, I'm going to talk about it. They know that. So let's get into it. So apparently you get to the gig. Well, you still need power. I don't know where that is. But these usually come in a case, which we don't know where it is. But these are the ones for the 50. So that's what that would look like. And honestly, I've never put this together. I just saw people putting it together. So this is metal. Metal! You stick this in. I'm going to say which one doesn't matter. Look, there's a nice handle for the tweeter part. Then you stick this in. That is sexual. And then again, for the third time, you stick this on. And you're done. I mean, we know these kind of systems. There's other companies who have them. This is pretty stable. I mean, I wouldn't try to swing from it, you know, but I mean, bam, there's your 8-channel PA. We just need power, but I'm too lazy for that. So, without actually having looked much at this thing, let's figure out if we can figure out the onboard controls. Of course, we're going to look at the app in a bit. Now, what I like is that for each of the channels, you have a direct access button, and then everything that happens in the menu will apply to that channel. There's also, you can see that down there, there's a high Z, you saw that earlier. So, let's see. I'm going to click on channel 2. There's direct level, very easy. And, well, exit brings me back. There's a preset now, and there are a lot of presets, which is good if you don't know what you're doing, like me. There's, compressor, you know, just a number, that's good, very easy. Treble, middle, bass, we all know what that does. They're like a frequency thingies. And FX1 and FX2, which you can turn, why did it jump up? No, don't jump up. Don't jump up. Here we go. On. And then you kind of mix in how much FX1 you want. Obviously, we'll define what effects there are somewhere else. And then there's an aux, and that's just a different mix that you can do that goes out of the aux out for the headphone mix or a different monitor mix or going to a second speaker where you have a different mix, which is pretty cool, and exits down here as well. is there a main menu? Let's see, holding this, that is the main volume. And as far as I can see, there isn't really that much more to it. And the rest you very likely do in the app, which we're going to look at, I don't know, now maybe. So here we're in the app. It pairs relatively easily if you just hold in the pair button. And you have a simple mixer, sub level, nice. So you do the level for the sub differently. Bass, middle, treble. There's the overall volume, and that's the overall mix or EQ setup for the whole thing. So I can go into edit mixer. Oh, also very important, very nice. There's a general mute button, or like admiral mute or captain mute. But in this case, it's general mute. Get it? It's wordplay. Edit mixer. Okay, now we have the different channels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stereo, 7, 8 stereo, or 7, 8 also Bluetooth. Here we got the effects, and you just say which ones you want. And it's really cool that there's 2. You know, if you need a jet flanger. Oh, really big individual channels. So let's go to channel 1. You can now set up the comp. How do I turn that on? Turn on. Well, maybe here? Oh, wow, you really have to. Okay, so there's some comp. We're going to give it some verb. Treble, we can get a bit more mids. And you know what? Done. So that's rather simple. You probably want to use the app because it's just so much more tactile than doing this here. But you could, of course, do it on the actual unit if you wanted. And I guess what's left now is let's get some sounds in the room with different sources. So we're going to test this puppy with... Now there's bings going on. Who's binging me? Stop binging me in the middle. Telecom is binging me. Hey, this binged. We are now testing this. Does it work for guitar? This is a guitar, and on the floor I have a Tone X1. There's a clean amp. There's a SLO with Nuno, and you know what? We're gonna see whether or not that works. I have, of course, the Tom James coming from with the phone, playing his beautiful jam tracks. I'm connected. I'm connected with Bluetooth. Here's a clean sound. Okay, first thing I can tell you is I had a similar system from a competing brand. And when you played it with a modeler, it was very disconnected. It was like you could hear the guitar here, then there was like nothing, and then there was something. And this isn't doing this. Standing there, I feel everything. By the way, it's very, 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 very important that you use headphones, because what you're hearing when I'm playing is actually the 3DO binaural microphone. So when you're listening to it on your phone or whatever, it's not going to give you the room. I'm recording the room with these mics, which means you will absolutely hear what the room sounds like, but you have to use headphones, okay? Please do that, because otherwise you can't judge the room sound. Pretty amazing. Where I'm standing right now is right next to it, and I'm still getting pretty good audible feedback of what I'm doing. I don't feel like, where's my sound, or it's bouncing off the walls. Let me take a step forward, but that's pretty impressive. Now, of course, the high frequency beam is a little bit more when you're standing there, but it's really not bad right next to it, which is, of course, important when you're banding with your band. Usually these things for modelers, not the greatest. I'm fully honest. I'm usually not blown away. There's usually a blown up low end. I don't feel any of that. I mean, I was playing at room volume, but I don't feel any of that. It feels right. I can hear myself here. All the frequencies are there. So I'm good with that. Last thing we gotta test is acoustic guitar and vocals, and we're off to the races.
Talking away, I don't know what I'm to say. I say it anyway. Today's another day to find you. Shine away. I'll be coming for your love, okay? Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two.
So, I brought my own band. It's Carlos Asensio and Valeria Soto. Those are words in Spanish. So you could hear I was hello. Oh wait, I can also speaker muted. With the app, I have control. I made more and less guitar. I made more or less reverb. Rather simple. So, my 2 cents about this thing. We had one issue, and Carlos pointed something out that I think he's right about. See, I'm all blaming this on you now. Under the XLRs, there is space. And honestly, there should be a gain, but gain isn't really the issue because it feels like it's kind of auto-gaining everything in a way. But having to click on it and then dial on the main thing for volume or using the app, it would be nice if there was a volume for each channel, right? So that would be a nice thing to have. And we tried to use my Lewitt 950 as vocal mic, but we couldn't because we can't figure out phantom power. Not with the app, not with the manual, not on the thing. So it has phantom power, we know that, but it's a mythically hidden phantom power that you have to find yourself. I can't help you with that. That being said, you have to use the app for quite a few things like turning on and off the master effect. If you have no reverb, without the app, you're screwed. My brother uses a Nokia flip phone. He does. He doesn't want these. So my brother cannot use this. And he's like the oons guy. And he would maybe like some effects for his oons. But he can't because he has a Nokia flip phone. So you have to have a smartphone. You're probably not my brother, so you'll be okay. I'm going to say we're done. And maybe you play a little bit more because that was beautiful. But I have control. Bye-bye. I hope you used headphones, you idiots.
Hello.